wake up every morning and the first thing you do is check your phone. Not because you need information, but because you need to know if anyone noticed you exist. That addiction, that desperate hunger for validation is why you'll never be dangerous. While you're refreshing, waiting, hoping someone liked your post, the people who matter are already 3 moves ahead. They don't care if you notice them. And that indifference is exactly what makes them untouchable. If you're brave enough to hear why your need for approval is slowly destroying everything you could become, stay till the end. Most won't. The addicted always reject the cure. You tell yourself you're independent. You tell yourself you make your own decisions. But watch yourself for one day. Really, watch. Every choice you make is filtered through a single question. What will people think? You choose your clothes based on validation. You choose your words based on validation. You choose your friends based on validation. You're not living your life. You're performing a life you think others will approve of. And the exhausting part is that performance never ends. There's always another audience. Always another opinion to chase. Always another person whose acceptance you haven't yet secured. The validation you're chasing is a drug. It hits your brain with dopamine. For 30 seconds you feel alive. You feel seen. You feel like you matter. And then the high fades. And you need another hit. Another like. Another comment. Another moment of being noticed. This is not strength. This is addiction. And addicts don't build empires. They build cages around themselves and call it identity. Like this video if you've ever caught yourself refreshing your phone more than 10 times an hour, knowing exactly what you were looking for, proof that you matter. Here's what people addicted to validation don't understand. The moment you need someone's approval, you've handed them power over you. They don't even need to know they have it. But they do. If you care whether they like you, they can control you with a single word. If you want their respect, they can move you with their indifference. If you need their validation, they own you. And the scariest part is that you voluntarily walked into this prison. You think freedom is doing whatever you want. It's not. That's just another form of slavery to impulse. Real freedom is doing exactly what serves your interests, regardless of whether anyone approves. Real freedom is making a choice and not needing to justify it. Real freedom is being so indifferent to judgment that people stop judging you. They sense the absence of need and they stop trying to control you. The people you envy, the ones who seem untouchable, who move through the world without seeking permission, they've all learned the same thing. They stopped performing. They stopped checking. They stopped caring. And the moment they stopped caring, everything changed. People started respecting them. Not because they suddenly became likable, but because they became unpredictable, unreachable, free. Comment, I will rise silently if you're ready to stop needing the world's permission to exist. But here's the cost. When you stop performing, some people will hate you. The ones who are comfortable with your need will feel threatened by your independence. The ones who had leverage will lose it. People will call you arrogant. They'll say you've changed. They'll try to pull you back into the game of validation because your absence destabilizes their sense of control. And you'll have to watch them leave. You'll have to stand in that loneliness without flinching. Most people can't do this. Most people would rather stay addicted than face that emptiness. But that emptiness is where strength lives. In that space where no one's opinion matters, you finally hear yourself. In that silence where no one's watching, you finally decide what actually matters to you. In that isolation where you're completely alone, you finally become complete. Not happy, not fulfilled in the way the world measures it, but complete, whole, untouchable. You're going to feel the withdrawal. You're going to reach for your phone. You're going to want to post something just to see the reactions roll in. You're going to craft messages specifically designed to get responses. And each time you feel that urge, you'll recognize it for what it is, the addiction screaming. That's the moment you don't give in. That's the moment you build the muscle of indifference. Each time you resist, you get stronger. Each time you choose silence over performance, you become more dangerous. The validation you've been chasing your entire life is never going to satisfy you. There will always be someone whose approval you haven't earned. There will always be one more person to impress. One more audience to win. The goalpost moves infinitely backward. You're chasing something that recedes faster than you can run. And in that endless chase, you're wasting the only resource that actually matters, time. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone you know is drowning in the need to be seen. Watch them reject it first. Watch them defend their addiction. But plant the seed. Because the moment someone recognizes their own cage, they can choose to leave it. Real power isn't about being liked. It's about being dangerous. And danger isn't attractive. Danger is quiet. Danger makes people nervous. Danger doesn't perform. It observes. It calculates. It moves without announcing itself. The most powerful people in any room are never the ones seeking attention. They're the ones so focused on their own trajectory that they don't even notice who's watching. I stopped needing validation 10 years ago. I stopped checking. I stopped performing. I stopped crafting my image for public consumption. And something extraordinary happened. I became invisible. Not in the sense of being forgotten, but in the sense of being unreadable. People couldn't pin me down. They couldn't predict me. They couldn't control me through approval or rejection because I had eliminated my dependence on both. The loneliness is real. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. There's a particular kind of isolation that comes from not needing anyone, from being untouchable, from moving through the world with complete indifference to whether you're liked. It's not the loneliness of being rejected. It's the loneliness of being autonomous. It's the loneliness of being free. And once you've experienced it, you'll never go back to the cage. Most people will read this and feel a spark of recognition. They'll think, yes, I need to do this. And then they'll close this and immediately check their phone. The addiction is too strong. The fear of irrelevance is too loud. The need to know that they matter to someone is too consuming. They'll retreat back into their cage, because at least in the cage, they know the rules. At least in the cage, they have hope that one day someone will finally validate them enough to make it all worth it. But you, if you're still here, if you're actually considering this, you have a choice. You can stay addicted. You can keep chasing. You can keep performing. You can spend your life waiting for permission from people who don't even know your name. Or you can make the decision I made. You can kill the need. You can accept the loneliness. You can become the person no one sees coming. The final shift happens when you stop asking the question, what will people think? And start asking, does this serve me? Every decision becomes clearer. Every path becomes more direct. Every moment becomes more valuable because you're no longer diluting it with the anxiety of judgment. You're living for yourself. And when you live for yourself, you become unstoppable. From now on, you are not the person seeking validation. You are not the person checking your phone. You are not the person performing for invisible judges. From now on, you are the person no one sees coming. You are the one who moves silently. You are the one who doesn't need permission. You are the one who is truly free. And from that freedom comes a power that people will sense but never quite understand.